successful relationships and marriage. And now, Senior Pastor Olden and Apostle LaShawn Reese.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. We are on. And we are sharing right away, y'all.
So go ahead and tag, invite others to be a part of the live on tonight. We are excited because this is the grand finale for our stepping stones for our singles. So we need you to tag, invite others to be a part of this great finale on tonight. Look, we're tagging and we're sharing as well. Good evening. Thank you for joining on tonight.
Yes.
All right. We're so glad that you're here. We need you to share, tag, send a link, invite others to be a part of our conversation on tonight. Good evening, Evangelist Patricia. God bless you, dear. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited because we know, yes, that we're going to be live and in effect on tonight. So if you know anyone that will benefit from this broadcast, they are single, they are not yet married. We want to determine, are we ready or just lonely? All right. This is the grand finale. Look, this is a hot topic on tonight. So share it. Invite others to be here. Those that you know need to hear this because we want to make sure that we're preparing for the love that you've been praying for. Yes, so we are the Reeses. We are live. If they don't have Facebook, tell them to go to Unified Love Couples Ministry on YouTube. We are live there as well. So we're excited. Good evening, Cousin Cheryl. God bless you, dear. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight. Yes, we are excited about our topic. Yes. This is the last episode for our singles ministry on tonight. And it's Stepping Stones. Remember, this is the Stepping Stones series. So we're developing, if you missed the previous broadcast, we covered developing emotional maturity. We also covered waiting with purpose. And tonight will be ready or just lonely. So if you missed any of the other broadcasts, you can go to our YouTube page, Unified Love Couples Ministry, where you can see the repeat. Look, we are excited and we're ready to go forth on tonight. So if you think that there's someone that would benefit, please share the link with them, tag them in the comment section of the video, pull them in because we have a hot topic that we're speaking on tonight and we want to make sure that everyone is benefiting from it. Good evening. Thank you. You drop your name in the chat. We'll make sure to give you a shout out on tonight. Again, we are excited because we're going forth.
Yes.
And we want to add value to your lives, of course. We want to make sure that you're waiting for the one that God has prepared for you. And readiness doesn't mean that, oh, you know, I'm jumping at the first opportunity. Readiness means that, yes, I'm ready and prepared for the one that the Lord has sent me. All right. So this is again, hi, Erica. Hey, sis. Good evening, dear. This is our grand finale on tonight. Again, this is the single series for Stepping Stones. If you missed the other two live broadcasts, you can find them on our YouTube page, Unified Love Couples Ministry. What we're doing right now is sharing with others because we want to make sure that, you know, even the single ones, we know that they are enlightened on tonight. And you do the same. Tag someone in the video. Let them know that we are here and we want to see them in the broadcast on tonight. We know many that are single. We know many that are waiting. We know many that, you know, just want to be loved. So we want to encourage them. Yes, love is available for all, but we want to make sure that we make the right decision and the right choices. All right, so we're going to go all in. Ready?
All in.
Or just lonely. So we're going to, we know that the first lesson when we talked about developing emotional maturity, it dealt with how you grow The second one, waiting with purpose, dealt with how you wait. And now we're talking about, after all the growing and the waiting, are you actually ready for what you've been praying for?
Yes.
Because there's a difference between being tired of being single and being prepared for a partnership. So we want to make sure that we make the right choice and the right decision on tonight. So we're going to dive into our lesson tonight. And we want to help you as being single. We want to help you and examine whether your desire for a relationship is coming from readiness or loneliness. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about readiness versus loneliness, chemistry versus compatibility, discernment versus desperation, and standards versus settling. All right, we know this is going to be fire tonight, so we're ready. And one thing I just want to deposit in your spirit: don't spend your waiting season asking God to prepare someone for you while refusing to let God prepare you for somebody.
Yes.
All right, we're going to say that again. Don't spend your waiting season asking God to prepare someone for you. You know how we ask God, oh, I want them like this, I want them like this, send them like this. Don't spend your waiting season asking God to prepare someone for you while you refuse to let God prepare you for somebody. So, you know, we always ask God, oh, this is how we want them to look. This is how we want them to go. This is how we want them to act. This is what we want them to have. You know, we have all of these stipulations, but we're not looking at ourselves and say, wait a minute, will I add value to someone's life? What is it that God has to do in me to prepare me for the one that he has for me? So are we ready, or are we just lonely? So then we ask, you know, we don't only ask God the question, God, where are they? Because we're always, you know, we've both been in seasons of singleness
Right.
for a long time. Even before we connected or reconnected together, you know, we knew how to be single. We knew how to, you know, wait in our waiting for God to bless us. And then what we say, God, where they at? Where they at? And we're looking for them, and you know, we want to know where they at. And then when they arrive, who will they meet? When they get to you, what did they find? Did they find what they were looking for, who they were asking God for? So God, don't just prepare them, prepare me as well. Yes. So we're excited, as you can see, because we know that there's a great deposit that's going to go into your lives on tonight. And not only do we have those watching from Facebook, we also have those watching from YouTube Live. So again, if you would like to share and tag the link, tag them into the broadcast, those that you know that are single and need to hear this. You know, because I know a lot of times we can get lonely. We were both single for a long time. And yes, loneliness did come, but that we didn't allow loneliness to depict our decision on being together. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are ready for who God has for us.
Yes.
So as we talk about Proverbs 4:23, it says, keep your heart, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the issues or the course of your life, your heart. So it doesn't say close your heart. It says to guard your heart. So there's a difference, because when we close our heart, we'll say, oh, I'll never let nobody hurt me again. Because yes, we've experienced hurt, we've experienced betrayal, we've experienced not being able to trust. But God in your heart says, everyone doesn't automatically receive access to me. So it's one thing to guard it from allowing anyone in, but yes, I will allow the right person in. So that means that I am, you know, I'm guarding it, because I'm not easy access either now.
Yes.
You know, you might think that you can come in and trick or treat. No, I am not easy access. And, you know, sometimes when we look lonely, we appear vulnerable to the person that is looking at us, that is watching. They think we're easy target. You know, they can pull anything over our eyes. But the scriptures say, guard your heart. So that means you're being cautious of who you allow in.
And a lot of times when you're being sorry, I was kind of get my followers, get people on here. But I want to say this: when you are guarding your heart, you also are watching, and you're examining the person that's coming to you, trying to see if this person is the right fit for a relationship with you, because you don't know if that person is going to be the right fit for you, because you got to learn that person, you got to know about that person.
Yes.
You got to begin to want to gain trust for that person. Just because the person is nice, just because the person come to you and, oh, in the beginning, they so wonderful, they so beautiful, oh, they so this and they so that, and oh, they open the door for me. They do this for me, they do that for me. But are they truly with you? Are they truly there for you, or what they can get out of you? Or are they truly there for you, or are they just looking to see what, with women, what I can get out of her, you know? And, with guys, what kind of money I can get out of her, out of him, So we don't know. You don't know until you get examine that person. You get to know that person. So be cautious and guard your heart.
Yes.
Because you don't want to jump into something that you don't know. You don't know that person, and you fall in before you know, you don't fall into something. You don't fall in love, and now you found out that wasn't a person.
So we're guarding it. So the question is, I'm watching who I allow to enter.
Yeah.
I'm watching when they should enter and how much access should they have. Because the scriptures say that our heart influences our decisions. We know that we're led by our heart. Like my husband said, we fall in love and then, we just go crazy. We're led by our heart and our relationships and our responses and our direction. So sometimes our romantic decisions cannot be based on feelings alone. That's what he was just saying, or looks, or, oh, this is a dime piece. This is what I've always wanted. So when we're lonely, that puts us in a vulnerable place. When we're lonely, we begin to make decisions based on how we feel. I feel like I want to be with somebody. And then loneliness begin to say, who wants me? Then we're trying to find that target. We're trying to find that match. Who wants me? But readiness says, who's equipped to walk with me? You see the difference? It ain't just who want me, but who is compatible with me, who's willing to walk with me, who's able to walk with me in my assignment and my ventures and my career.
And one thing I want to say about that is when I decided I wanted to be with somebody, I said I had to have somebody that was ready to walk with me, that was willing to deal with me. Because that person got to be willing to deal with you, and you got to, a lot of people ain't going to want to deal with your problems, with who you are and the things that you are going through. A lot of people don't want to deal with that. They'll throw the key in there in a minute and walk away because they don't want to deal with that. So you got to know and pray at God, send somebody that can deal with me. Send somebody that has patience with me, because I'm not a patient person. I may have patient issues. I may have some discrepancy issues. I may have some things, debatable issues, whatever it is. Lord, send me somebody that can deal with me. Send me somebody, God, that can pray with me. Send me somebody that can talk to me. Send me somebody, God, that I can deal with them and they can deal with me, and we can work out our differences.
Yes. Well, real good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Our topic, are you ready, or are you just tired of being alone?
Yeah, and some people do that. Some people get married, go and find somebody, and that person ain't right for them, but they marry them anyway because they're lonely.
Right.
Because hey, I got tired of being alone. I got tired of being by myself. So hey, he was here or she was there, and hey, they were interested in me. I was a little interested in them. And sometimes people marry them and don't even really love them.
Right. They just was lonely. They just want companionship. And there's nothing wrong with wanting companionship,
Yes.
because God himself said in Genesis 2:18 that it is not good for Adam to be alone. There's nothing wrong with companionship, but desiring companionship and depending upon companionship for your identity, that's two different things, because loneliness can make ordinary attention feel extraordinary, because again, now we're getting attention. Now we're not alone. All right. So we've got to make sure that we're guarding our heart. We're being careful of who we let in. And that doesn't mean that because I'm guarding my heart that I want to be alone. I just want to make sure that I open up to the right person.
And a lot of times when, when people do those things where they marry somebody because they're alone, and sometimes some people, get to a point where, some people marry, and we're all adults. So some people marry because, I just want to have sex. I'm tired of waiting, for the right one. And I found this person, they interested in me. I'm interested in them. They look good. They think I look good.
Yes.
So, hey, I'm going to marry them because even though I'm a Christian, but I'm going to marry them anyway because that's the person that, I believe. And then we start saying, God sent them to us. How do you know God sent them to you? How do you know that that's the person that God sent to you?
And y'all know how we roll. Those that are new with us, you can ask your questions in the chat. Please conversate in the chat. We welcome questions and we will answer your questions. All right.
And that's the thing that blows a lot of people's minds when they find out later that ain't the person that God sent to you.
That's it. So then the question is if I wasn't lonely right now, would I still choose this person?
No. No, you wouldn't choose that person. But because you feel lonely, because you feel without, because, they look cute, because they look nice, and because, they somewhat of a Christian, or they somewhat saved, but they look good, we choose them.
And in the case that, because sometimes we're not attracted to the person as much as we're attracted to no longer being alone.
And
so I would rather settle for that instead of be by myself because I want companionship. I want to be loved.
And the thing that what grabs you is they want to have dinner with you. They'll go to the movies with you. They want to hold hands with you. They want to do all those things. And then you'll overlook the red flag parts.
Yes. Yeah, because we're maybe desperate. We're going to talk about that a little later. We want to make sure that we're not desperate.
We'll overlook those red flags that are thrown out there at you. And then God, why you put me in there? God ain't put, God, I showed you all the red flags.
Yes.
But you decided to ignore them. So how is that my fault?
Yes.
And sometimes that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we get caught up in our flesh and we get caught up in, that person looks good and they're treating me good, but I can overlook the other part of them, or I can overlook their cussing. I can overlook the way.
And the other part is their character.
Yeah, their character, the fussing, the fighting.
Yes.
I can overlook all those other things just because they look good.
Right.
Just because they do go out with me. We do have fun together when we do go out, but then it's this other part, I'll just overlook it.
Yes. So it's really soul searching when you're single, and then not only examining what you're going to receive, but how you yourself are being groomed for the person that God has for you. So have you become what you're praying to receive? Because a lot of times when we're single, we create a list. I did it. I want someone who is faithful. I want someone emotionally mature, that can pray, financially responsible, that communicates, someone that's patient. Look, someone that's loyal. We make all of these lists, and there's nothing wrong with making a list. I did it. He did it. We made a list, but with the person you're praying for, be praying for someone like you? That's the question.
Can I say this about your list? I'm finna break some people's heart about their little list. Because in that list, how many times do we put in there? One thing about my list, before I even did my list, I had to do some changes in me. So before I did my list, before I even created my list, my first list was, Lord, what do I need to change in me? When I decided I wanted to be with somebody, what do I need to change in me to be with or have a wife again? What do I need to change? What do I have to change in me? What's gonna make me a better husband? What's gonna make me a better person? What's gonna make me a better man of God? So I had to look at that first before I look at, what I want in a wife.
Right.
Because when you get into a relationship, I figured and figured this out, saying before I get in a relationship, I don't want to bring any of my old stuff and my baggage of old stuff into a new relationship.
Yes. What you say, Cheryl? You burnt your list? Yeah. And then we say, okay, I want somebody emotionally stable. But are we emotionally stable?
I want somebody that will listen to me and to cater to my every need. Do you cater to anybody every need?
Good evening, Cecilia. Thank you for joining us tonight.
So you got to think of that, and one thing I understood was, how can I have a wife if I can't make the relationship better? I have to fix me first.
Yes.
She already knows what she got to do to fix her, but I got to fix me.
Yes. Because if I want them to communicate, I want him to communicate, then I got to make sure that I communicate without shutting down or getting mad, blowing off the handle, or now I want to talk about it. But I want him to communicate, or I ask for someone that can communicate, but I don't know how to communicate. So that's what I'm praying for something, but do I have that same quality or that same temperament or of what I'm praying for? Because we look for it, we expect it, we want it, but we want this whole shiny package wrapped perfectly neat, and we're not perfect, but we want them perfect. So we've got to see what it is that we have to change about ourselves, especially when we're asking for that quality in them.
And I always hear they always ask a man or woman, what are the qualities? What are you looking for? And the first thing a woman says, he has to want something out of life. Well, do you want something out of life?
What you bringing to the table?
What do you want out of life?
Yes.
Why he shouldn't? It shouldn't be he catering to your every need. You cater to each other's need.
Yes.
Because one thing, if a man loves you and you're taking good care of him, he's gonna cater to you. He's gonna do whatever it takes to make you happy anyway.
Yes.
And if a woman is doing that, if a man is doing that to a woman, she should be astoundedly ready to do that for him.
Yes.
Because why? That man and that woman really love that man and all the stuff that she or he is doing, because they appreciate what they're doing for each other. It's not a, you do this and I don't have to do nothing. No. See, that's selfish thought.
Yes.
And God never meant for us to be selfish towards one another, selfish to him, selfish to people, selfish in our relationship, because it's not about you.
Right.
You're not by yourself. He's not there to cater to your every need, and you're not there to cater to his every need. You're there to work together as one.
Yes.
You cater to each other.
Yes. And then you're dealing with issues or things within ourselves before they even come. So in the occasion that we've been hurt, we feel like we're broken, we have to make sure that we don't let our past choose our future. And what I mean by that is that instead of healing, sometimes we hide. But we know that God heals the broken heart and he binds the wounds. So when time is passing, and we don't heal, we tend to single out that person and think that they're going to do the same thing to us because we've been hurt in the past. And then the thing is that it could have happened so many years ago. So much time could have passed, but we're emotionally connected to that thing that has happened. And then when that person comes in, they're not trying to hurt us, but now we're hurting them because we're inflicting our past upon them. We're watching them in suspicious ways because we've been cheated on when they have no intentions of cheating. And then what we do is start accusing them, because instead of me healing from being someone being unfaithful to me, I begin to hide. I didn't deal with it. So everything or every issue that, and it might be healing from cheating. It could be anything, but we have to make sure that we heal before we move on to that relationship. And then, like you talked about baggage earlier, we take it in.
Yeah, and a lot of times what you just said hit the nail on the head, because a lot of people hide their healing, hide their hurt, and they'll jump into a relationship, hurt, battered, and expect that other person to fix what you already was hurt from somebody else, and they're not there to fix what you went through.
Right.
That's when you turn that over to God, and you and God need to fix that together.
Yes.
So that's something you should have took to God before you got into a relationship. And I think a lot of times that's what a lot of people do, just to feel better, just so they won't feel alone, just so they won't have to be by themselves.
Yes.
They'll run after a bad relationship, they'll run and jump into another relationship, and they're not ready for that relationship because they haven't healed from the other relationship that they already went through. The Bible said a double-minded man is unstable in all his way. So how are you healed when you're double-minded? How are you going to be healed when you're going through already and you thinking, well, now I'm in this new relationship, and look, he's suspicious, or she's suspicious, or look, she already talking to another dude, or she's already talking to somebody else, or he already looking at another woman. And the person couldn't be not looking at nobody, but in your mindset, because you never healed, that double-mindedness part of you saying they're doing something.
Yes.
They're doing something. They're fishy. They're watch them. They're spy on them. Go follow them. Go to their job. Follow them around. Don't let them see you.
So we have a question. What is your advice for individuals that were married, now divorced, entering the single era? The mental is different, I feel. And we can both speak on that because we were both married before.
And divorced. I think the best thing, if you just got divorced and you just came out of that, you need to work on you. And sometimes that takes a while for you to work on you and make sure, you need sometimes, like with me, I had to sit back and examine myself. I had to sit back and take time for me and God. Just my time with me and him. No relationship, no being in a relationship. And it's hard when you go into church and women see you single and they trying to talk to you, and you trying to just get your life back together after going through a nasty divorce, after going through other things that you go through. So it's hard. And that's when you got to focus on getting you right and let God help you through those situations that you gotta, sometimes it's gonna take you talking, it's gonna take you praying to God, it's gonna take you, where you can start healing. So when is it it's gotta be a time where you need time to heal, not jump into another relationship.
And if you've been divorced for a while now, um, you're like you said, the mentality is different
Yeah.
because you've experienced marriage.
Mhm.
And being divorced for a while now, you may not even want another relationship. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if we're single and we're content and we're happy in our singleness, that's because God is using us and developing us while we are single. Because the scripture says he uses us better when we're single, because when we're married, we're focused on that person. But when we're single, we're focused on him. So if you're content in your singleness, it's nothing wrong with being happy and single. It's nothing wrong with that. And if you're single and you want to be in a relationship again, there is opportunity for you to be in a relationship again. It's just to make sure that mentally you're ready for it, so you won't fall into the predicament of bringing in what happened to you before. But if you've been single for a while, from divorce, and you've been single for a while, you could be happy again if you want happiness. Look, our next episode, we're bringing a couple on, the Nelsons, and we're going to talk about love after divorce. That's going to be our
Yeah,
topic.
that's our next topic.
Mhm.
And one thing I'm gonna say is this: that you can find you can find another relationship again, but don't be so eager to jump back into it, even if you haven't been with somebody in a while. I mean, I was around somebody for over 7 years before I got with my wife, and I waited, and I trusted God, and I said, God, at 7 years, and I would just say, hey, I just had to wait. And I had to believe that. And when I finally said, okay, I'm ready, because I got rid of my hurt, I got rid of my mistrust that I had. And I could talk about it. I had mistrust for women, I had mistrust for being in a relationship. God had to heal me of that.
But what you said, when you found out that you were ready,
When I was ready.
we know when we're ready for a relationship. And we know, let's be honest, that we're only in a relationship because we don't want to be lonely.
Yeah,
We know the difference.
we know. And it wasn't because I was, lonely. It's because I felt like I was ready.
Yes.
Because God had prepared me. I had went through so much, and I didn't. And when God did heal me of it, I didn't have that disdain of every woman is against me no more, or every woman I can't trust. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to, I had to learn how to let somebody in.
Yes.
I had to learn how to give somebody a chance to get to be with me, know me, and grow with me.
Yes.
And trust them enough to say, hey, if this is the woman for me, I gotta let her get to know me first. If this is the woman I'm gonna be with, and it wasn't like, okay, I wasn't in didn't want to get in no relationship, to have no fling. I was looking for a woman of God. I was looking for somebody that was truly ready to be with. He was ready. Yeah, like I was ready to be with somebody that loved God more than just wanting to be in a relationship.
Yes. All right.
I think that's
it.
I think that's the biggest thing is that when you know you're ready and you trust God that much, that He won't never let you be alone. When God led me to my wife, He led me there to find her that day. And it's so funny how God did that. And the way He did it, I never thought that I would be there at that particular time, at that particular moment, and see her. And then from that day forward, we've been together ever since. But you just never know how God does things if you don't trust Him enough. You got to give Him that ultimate trust. You got to, that's why the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness. If you seeking Him, God will work it out for you.
Yes.
Don't think just because, oh, I'm by myself and, oh, I've been by myself for 7 years, like I was, over 7 years. God ain't forgot about you. He ain't forgot about his promise to you.
Yes.
The Bible also says he will never leave you or forsake you.
That's it.
So you wasn't alone. Maybe because you don't have that physical touch of being with a wife or being with a husband, but or having somebody to hold their hands, or you go to the movies with somebody to laugh and talk with. But yes, that's lonely. Yes, that don't feel well. But think of this, that you had God still.
Yes.
I had my days I was happy. I had my days that, God said, okay, we're working on you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get you husband ready.
Yes. Now he's getting us husband ready. But when we encounter that person, we have to know the difference between chemistry and compatibility.
That's the whole thing. And see, the next step was, that's when my list came in. God, I want somebody that's compatible with me. I want somebody that can even, even though God prepared me and I was ready, you still have some issues, some things that you got to work, that you're going to have to be working around. So you got to know that person is ready and willing on their part too.
And the chemistry can be there.
Yeah.
Feel butterflies when our hand brush each other. But Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be agreed? So not only do we enjoy each other, but can we build together? Because chemistry, there's a connection. And truth be told, there is a connection when there's chemistry. But yes, we have chemistry, but I want to see, do you have the same faith that I have? I want to see if you have the same values, if you have the same character, if you have the same purpose, the lifestyle. It's a lot of things that factor into compatibility that, chemistry ain't just going to satisfy. Yeah, chemistry will feel good, make it feel tingly, but butterflies, we need more than butterflies. We need to make sure that, are we going to be able to gel together for life? If things happen and we have conflict, something happen, an argument, can we resolve our issues? Do we have the same expectation, the same future direction? So we have to make sure that, we know the chemistry is there. Now let's start talking. Let's see if we are compatible.
Is everything gonna be? Can we go through the fire together?
Yes.
And still come out on top?
Yes.
Can we still go through everything that we face, every conflict, can we have a conflict and come out with solutions?
Yes.
Can we have financial issues and not blame each other, but still come out with solutions?
Yes.
Can we have an awesome lifestyle together, that even though things may not be going the way we wanted to, but we can find a way to still make it work?
Come on. Amen. Beautiful.
Do we have the character?
Come on.
That, hey, if somebody is doing something to you, if somebody is trying your significant other, do I have the character enough to go and say, honey, this person is doing this?
And there's nothing wrong with having chemistry. We want to have chemistry, of course, but do we have chemistry with someone we was never meant to build a life with? Because chemistry, I was attracted to you. It started the relationship, but compatibility is going to help me to determine whether it will sustain it. And will it be lasting? Will we make it together? So it's good to have chemistry. There's nothing wrong with chemistry, but don't ignore compatibility. Are you compatible? Is this somebody that'll be with you in the long haul, or when something happened, they run and taking off? All right.
I've seen it where a lot of times some people do some of the strangest things, and when they're getting married and they're so loyal to the person and everything, and all it takes is one thing: the person gets sick, or get cancer. Next thing you know, oh, I can't handle that. I can't be around for that. I gotta leave. That's messing with my. Well, suppose the shoe was on the other foot.
That's right.
Suppose you had gotten sick. Suppose you had went through a bad time. Suppose you lost all your money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna just pick up and leave.
Hit the door.
So you really wasn't loyal.
But that's why it's important that we have discernment.
Yeah.
You know, we look at the natural. Yeah, we have fun together. We go to the movies, we hang out, we go to the park, go to the beach, have a picnic. You know, have a good time together. But you know, discernment. I ain't desperate.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, that's it.
But my whole thing is with this. I need to know, because I always wanted to know this before I got with anybody. I said, I need to find that woman that's going to be in the trenches with me. Because we know how life is. Yes. We know that with the struggles, we know the things that you got to fight against, and you know the things that's going to come up against you when you are husband and wife. Yes. And the fight that you got to go through, that the enemy try to put it, because you know the enemy don't like marriage anyway. He don't want you to get married. He don't want you to be together. So he'll do everything possible. I said, God, I need somebody gonna be in the trenches with me, gonna fight with. When we don't have, you're gonna still be there.
That's it.
You ain't gonna be ready to walk out the door. Well, I can't deal with this. You always broke. You ain't got no money. You can't get my hair done. You can't get my nail. Come on. I don't need nobody like that. I don't need you just looking pretty. I need you to get in the trenches, in the dirt with me.
Come on. God bless you, Pastor Kimbrough. Good evening.
I need somebody gonna get down in the ditch with me.
Yes. Yes.
Like my wife, I was out there doing the yard, and she got there and got one of the holes herself and started dancing. See, that's what somebody gonna get down in the
get dirty.
Get dirty. Get down in the trenches with me.
That's it.
Not run out. Ooh, I can't do that. No.
My nails. My hair.
Then you ask them to cook you a bit. Cook. I might mess up my head.
See, that's where standards come in. You know, we have standards. Standards, like things that we know that we're looking for, that's a deal breaker for me. Like that, I know that, and there's nothing wrong with having standards.
I'm telling my deal breaker. What was yours? Go ahead, because I done told mine all.
A deal breaker. So I did have a list, and I kept it in my Bible.
I gotta hear this.
You already know the story. I kept it in my Bible, and a lot of it was compatibility, to the point of, you know, going out, having fun. And, you know, and honestly, I can't even remember what I wrote down as far as the physical aspect of the person. But the thing is with me, and this is where I knew it had to be God, because I was terrified of going back into the dating scene. Terrified. I'm telling you, I was like, I don't know, you know how I ain't want to go into meeting nobody again. I ain't want to get to know it. And then what if something happened and I don't know this person, and what if they try to do this? That was me. I was terrified. So what I did was, because I didn't want to be in a relationship, I wore a ring so no one would be able to approach me. I was unapproachable. So what God had to do was send someone that I was familiar with. And because he sent someone I was familiar with, I was no longer guarding my heart, because I knew him from high school and we were in a relationship from high school. And because I knew him, I let him in only because of that, because I knew him. Isn't that something? So the deal breaker for me probably was, anyone knew, it was, because honestly, I was blocking. The ring was blocking everyone. I ain't got time. I'm telling you, I was hardcore single. I was hardcore single. That was after a failed marriage. I became hardcore single, because what happened was, I jumped into the first marriage, not prayerful, not waiting on God. And yes, I was an evangelist, and I jumped into a marriage without waiting on God. And then now that I was divorced, I'm like, I'm just focused on Jesus, my heart on Jesus. What the question my husband asked me when we met up again, because I had on the ring, wait, you married? And I said, I'm married to Jesus. I told you I was hardcore. And he said, well, I'm married to Jesus too. So, we have standards, and hold on to your standards, because the Bible says that man look on the outward appearance, but God look on the heart. And there's nothing wrong with having healthy standards. And I'm not demanding perfection because I'm not perfect. It's just that there's have to be some integrity in there. There has to be some level of respect there. There has to be a shared faith. Like, we both have to believe in God. We both have to be believers. We both have to be emotionally mature. We both have to be responsible. We have to be honest, because honestly, I was at an age, a point in my life that we ain't got time for no foolishness. I ain't got time to waste. And our thing together was we had been separated 24 years. So after 24 years of not being together, we didn't have time for arguments. We didn't have time for foolishness. We're getting older together, and we ain't running around cheating and all. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for it. So yeah, I might have preferred a certain height, and you might prefer a certain height, a certain style. You might want to marry a doctor. And some people reject a person that comes to them because it ain't in the package that they asked for. Isn't that something? Oh, I ain't giving them the time of day. I ain't looking, not knowing that, look, it's some things in me that I need to check and fix myself. So I'm praying for something, but can that person find what they need in me? Ah, yeah. Ain't that something? Can they find? So we've got to learn how to recognize healthy love.
Healthy love.
Yes, healthy love.
And recognize too, what are you bringing
to the table?
To the table.
That's it.
What are you bringing to help that person? Because if people always talk about what they gotta bring and what they gotta do, and what are you bringing?
That's it.
What can you contribute?
And not they gotta have this, what do you have?
Oh, you gotta have a 6-figure job.
A six-pack.
Do you got a 6-pack?
Woo!
Do you have a Coca-Cola shade? Do you have a come on? She gotta look like a brick house. Okay. Do you look like a brick house?
Come on.
I'll be listening to some people saying, I'll be like just shaking my head.
Yes. And then there's some important things like, is that person aligned with my purpose?
Yeah. And one other thing, a lot of times I hear people say all those other things, but do they say, is that person aligned with God? Yes. I need a person because that was my thing. It really, I said, first of all, I need a woman. Oh, I need a woman of God. A woman that's going to love God, because if she loves God, she's going to love me. And
a relationship shouldn't require you to abandon God.
That's right.
Or what he has called you to become. Come on.
Kind of like I want them to ease into that. Say that one more time.
Yes, the right relationship shouldn't require you to abandon God or what God has called you to become.
That's a real.
Yep, that's it. They have to respect, support, and walk alongside your God-given direction and your assignment. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Can they? Can we serve God together? Do we complement each other? Can we pray together?
Can we preach together?
Do we accept each other's assignment? Because it may not be identical, but I have respect for who God called you to be in your purpose, and you should have respect for mine.
Do you support
Yes, genuinely support each other without jealousy,
or competition?
without strife. Are you pulling each other toward God, or are they trying to pull you away? Come on.
It's a lot of things people need to just marinate on.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm kind of shifting into is let them marinate on it a little bit. Because you need to know if that person is for you
Yes.
and with you, and you are for them and with them.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Y'all walking together and you agreeing with one another. You ain't trying to hurt one another. You ain't trying to damage one another. You ain't trying to hurt, you ain't trying to over excel on one another, make each other look bad.
Yes,
No, you're working together as one.
That's it.
And out of that, once y'all get married, how is God getting the glory out of that? Is God getting the glory out of your marriage? I ain't talking about what you show in front of people. I'm saying behind those closed doors that nobody can see.
Yes. Yes.
Because a lot of people show a lot of different faces. You close that door. Whoa. Boy, they be fussing and fighting behind them doors. When they get out in front of people, hey, everything is beautiful.
They got their mask on.
They holding hands. Oh, they were such the beautifulest couple. Just go behind that door.
Wow. They ain't speaking, haven't spoken weeks.
Don't touch me.
Ooh.
Only in public.
Singles, come on, know what you're walking into.
Yeah. Because, right, that's what I'm saying. It's emotionally. And the thing about it is, with that kind of emotionally, when you're doing that off and on, smile, not smiling, and behind them closed doors, is because y'all been doing that even before you got married.
Yes. Yes.
You just made it look better.
Dressed it up and made it look good.
Just dressed it up and made it look good. And the show in front of people.
All right. Look, this was our series for Stepping Stones for Singles. Now, if you missed the other 2 episodes or live broadcasts, you can find them on YouTube under Unified Love Couples Ministry. That is our channel. And the first episode we spoke about was emotional maturity. Can I manage me? Because before the partnership, before the marriage, we've got to learn our own emotions. We have to learn our communication patterns, our weaknesses, and our strengths. And then we talked about waiting for or with purpose, waiting with purpose. Can I trust God's timing without wasting my season? Because remember that when we're waiting, it's not because we're inactive, we're preparing for the person that God has for us. And we close tonight with ready or just lonely. Can I recognize healthy love and steward it when it arrives? Can I be the person that God is transforming me into before that person even gets here? So I'm not just trying to find someone. I want to find someone that I can build something that is healthy with someone. And I want to make sure that I am emotionally connected to the person that God has for me. So being ready doesn't mean that I'm perfect.
No.
It means that we are aware to know what it is that we need to improve before God's get here. So before God sends a person to me. So what needs healing in my life?
How do I need to heal? What do I need to heal?
Yes.
Do I deserve to watch over my own heart?
Yes.
And also in the meantime, while I'm watching my own heart, heal. So when the right person do come, I'm
Mhm.
ready
Yes.
and know that I'm ready
And not settling.
and not settling.
Mhm.
Because that's one thing we don't want to do.
Mhm.
And one thing I've learned that, a lot of time we want to settle because the person look good. We want to
Mhm.
settle because the person got a nice shape or a nice body,
Mhm.
But I was blessed to get all of it. Right. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay. Mhm.
Praise the Lord.
Praise Jesus.
But, when you think about it, like I'm saying, and like my wife said,
Mhm.
it may not be the kind of statue person you're looking for.
Mhm.
It may be just the right person that
Yes.
God has for you.
The one that will love you.
The one that will
Like my
care for
boo, that will go above and beyond without me asking, that will spoil me. Then that wasn't even in my list, but that's what God sent me. And God knows what is best for us. So that's why we don't settle. We have our standards. Don't rush into a relationship because you're lonely. Don't settle because you're tired. Don't mistake attention for intention. Just because I'm getting attention now, oh, this must be the one that God has for me. No, we don't want to be desperate. We want to discern who God has for us.
Yeah.
So as we develop an emotional maturity, we've learned to wait with purpose. And now the question is, are you ready for what or who you've been preparing for? Are you ready for who you've been praying for? Are you ready? And if you're ready, I heard my husband said he was ready and he knew that the time was right. So now, God, that I'm ready, send them.
Yeah. And God showed me the time was right.
Mm-hmm.
And when the time came, when I walked in those church doors,
Mm-hmm.
God said, "Here, God ain't tell me that was gonna be my test, that it was time, but that's when it came." And
Yes,
sometimes it's when you least expect it.
that's it.
I wasn't expecting it that day.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that Sunday afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
but I was there at the right time.
Yes. And you were ready.
And I was ready.
That's the important thing.
And God knew I was ready.
Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Look, the hour goes by so fast because we love to talk and impart. We love your questions. We thank you for your support and your hearts. Again, if you missed the other episodes for this series for the singles, you can go to Unified Love Couples Ministry YouTube page. And guess what? We're here every first and third Thursday of the month. At our new time is 7 p.m. And guess what? We have the Nelsons that will be with us on our first episode for September. That first Thursday, they will be here with us, and we're going to talk about love after divorce. So they're excited, and we're excited as well. And look, if you want to check out what we talk about or what we believe about or what we're more about, pick up our books. The Love Cure for Relationship and Marriage. And we also have a communication builder for couples. You don't have to buy two separate books. It's a workbook that you're able to work from one book. 21 Days to Success Communication Builder for Couples. All right. This is the moment we've been waiting for. You to vote. Look, we're in the running for America's favorite couple, and we need you to vote. Vote for us. Look, there's a QR code on the screen. I want you to grab your cameras and take a picture of that QR code. What we need you to do is click on the code and go to the website and vote for the Reese's. Yes, for America's favorite couple. And guess what? It ain't a one-time vote. You vote every 24 hours. So we need you voting. There's also a choice and an option to donate. We need you to donate because when you donate, it gives us double votes every time you donate. We need you to share. Let them know that we are in the runnings. Look, we've been in this competition. Seemed like for months now. Because we had to win out of the top 20, we had to run out of the top 10, top the 15, the 10, the 5, and now we're in the quarterfinals. Now that we're in the quarterfinals, we need to make it as number 1 so we can advance to the semifinals. But we cannot do that without your support. So we need you to vote. Send it to your friends, to your family. Say, hey, I know this couple. You can check them out.
Hey,
They are the
make the
Reese's.
rules. They made the rules.
Yes,
Competition
absolutely.
is their rules, and we're just trying to follow their rules.
Mhm.
Like my wife said, when we first started this with 73 couples in our group.
Yes.
We didn't know whether we were going to make it this far,
Mhm.
but look how far we have come.
Yes.
Even in the quarterfinals, we were in 7th place. Right now, we are in 3rd place. And if you start giving,
Mhm.
if you give $10, if you can get your family and friends, say, this is donate 10, it's to help the homeless,
Mhm.
you know, and
To help the ocean.
yeah, so they can clean up the ocean and stuff like that. But you give $10, we get 10 votes, 10 extra votes.
And look, the
When
money
you
is
do
not
it.
coming to
It ain't
us.
coming to
It's
us.
going to a charitable organization.
Right. Now, the winner gets a reward at the end,
Mhm.
but you have to be the single final
America's favorite.
couple. Only one can win,
That's it.
and everybody else lose.
And with your help, we want it to be the Reese's. All right. We need your vote.
Let's do this.
All right. Again, scan the QR code, share it, click on it, vote every 24 hours. We need your support.
And if you can't, go there now and vote.
Yes, please do. Follow us and subscribe on our YouTube pages and our Facebook. We also have, if you need personal counseling, you can contact us. We do individual and personal counseling. And if you are in the Miami, the Broward, or the West Palm Beach area this Saturday, Overseer Reese has a chair workout at 11 a.m. And look, he lost 250 pounds from a chair. So we come, we sweat. Come on, we work it out from a chair. And we need you to come. Look, you know you need to put in there. You know how we have all the excuses. Oh, I can't walk. I can't. Oh, my legs are tired. Guess what? You sitting down, but you're still working out. There's a QR code on the screen to purchase his book to find out how did he do it? What did he eat? What exercises? What was his journey? Go to his website. He has the products that help him to lose the weight. So if you feel like, look, I'm at a point of my life that I need to change, because that's what we talk about. We're ready to change. Yes. You can go to oldenreese.com, get everything you need. All the resources are there. And guess what? We'll see you Saturday at 11 a.m.
At the boot camp.
At the boot camp.
Yes.
If during the week you need encouragement, guess what? We have inspirational moments. Your place for encouragement with me, Apostle LaShawn Reese, at 7 p.m. This is every first and third Wednesday. Look, we are so excited, and we thank God for you, your votes, everything that you do to support us. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and being here, your hearts, your likes, your comments. Now, if you know someone that can benefit from this video, share the link. Let them know, look, I've got something for you to watch to make sure that you make the right decision, because we want to make sure that we're ready for the relationship that God has for us, and we're not making rash decisions just because we are lonely. So thank you so much for joining us on tonight.
And like I said, you know, if you want to, you can also go to our pages, click one of those links you see where we're talking about the America's Favorite Couples. Click the link. It'll take you straight to where to vote for us, where to donate. And we really need you guys to do this. I'm asking everybody to do this. We got to win this competition, y'all.
Yes.
We in the battle. Let's do it. And this Saturday, come on out to the Chair Warrior Boot Camp. People ask us all the time, how y'all able to do all this stuff? Well, we're able to do it all. And I thank God that, you know, I have my wife supports me, I support her in everything that she does, and she supports me in everything that I do. So, you know, that's what makes the marriage work. When you can support one another,
Yes.
be there for one another, support what each other is doing, and not be jealous. They're doing more than me. No, you do it together and have fun with it. You know.
All right.
All right.
We are signing out.
We're signing
Good
out.
night. Thank you so much.